Good morning. My name is Ashley Kortson, and this is my sampling and recruitment plan and presentation. My topic is the specific population of interest for this exploration is individuals on parole who have been released from prison. For this group, a significant societal issue is the widespread and often legally sanctioned discrimination they encounter in their search for housing and employment. The stigma associated with a criminal record perpetuates a cycle of hardship, severely hindering their successful reintegration back into our society. I'm interested in this topic because I'm currently employed by State Parole in California with the career objective in mind of becoming a licensed clinical social worker to serve the parolee population. Understanding the barriers that parolees face in successfully reintegrating into society is crucial for developing effective assistance strategies. My problem statement is the successful reintegration of individuals on parole into society is significantly hampered by widespread and often legally permissible discrimination in housing and employment. The persistent stigma of a criminal record creates a cycle of hardship that obstructs their ability to secure stable housing, meaningful employment, thereby undermining rehabilitation efforts and increasing the risk of recidivism. For my research study question is, how do discriminatory practices in housing and employment driven by the stigma of a criminal record specifically impact the reintegration outcomes and recidivism rates of individuals on parole? For my sampling approach, probability sampling is the optimal methodology for this research due to its capacity to produce a representative and unbiased sample. This method ensures that every member of the target population has a known, non zero chance of being selected, which is fundamental for minimizing sampling bias and enhancing the generalizability of the findings. By employing a random selection process, probability sampling allows for valid statistics and ensures that the conclusions drawn are reliable and applicable to the entire population of interest. For my sampling technique, the best probability sampling technique for my study is stratified random sampling. Stratified random sampling is a method of selecting a sample in which researchers first divide a population into smaller subgroups or strata based on shared characteristics of the members and then randomly select among each stratum to form the final sample. This method offers the highest level of rigor for the specific topic by addressing the population's diversity and reducing bias, while still allowing for conclusions that can be generalized. Um, so here are my steps to obtain a sample. First, I'll clearly define the total population. In this case, it will be all parolees in a specific geographic area. I will then identify key characteristics such as race, gender, age group, and type of offense. And then after that, I'll go ahead and create a comprehensive list of individuals in the defined population. From there, the sample size can be determined and participants from each stratum can be randomly selected. Upon completion of that portion, I will begin recruiting and engaging participants, and then the list can be reviewed and finalized. Steps for recruiting participants. First, I'll go ahead and establish partnerships with correctional and community organizations, which luckily I already have readily available since I work at a parole complex. I can then draw the stratified random sample. I plan to utilize our behavioral health staff in order to help me recruit, possibly point me in the right direction of people that would be willing to participate in my study, and then explain why this research would be beneficial for their population. I would then conduct interviews and collect data. This approach is a good match with the stratified random sampling plan because it systematically ensures that specific subgroups are fairly represented in the final recruited sample. By first obtaining a complete sampling frame and randomly selecting participants from each stratum, the recruitment process begins with a solid foundation for representing the diversity of the parolee population. Then we have our references. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to my presentation. Have a wonderful one.